You are at home. Wow, that was very nice. Brought to you by the Maryland Lottery. I'm your host, Angela Stribling, and what a night we have planned for you. Two amazing singers, songwriters, and producers. We're going to start with, I'll call him a newbie, although he's been into music since he was 6 years old. But he just kind of blasted onto all of our radar. We're playing his music. I know you love him. Please welcome Josh X.
Hey.
Hey, Josh, there you are. Welcome.
Hey, Angela, how are you?
I'm doing well. I love your music. I want to talk to you all about your music, but I want to ask how you're doing. This pandemic has shut everything down, and I know the artists especially are feeling it.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a learning experience. Some getting used to, but the most important thing is safety, and I'm very happy to be alive through all the lives that's been lost this year. It's been very very sad. So, blessings and prayers for all the families that have been going through it with the whole situation. But for myself, I'm just very very blessed to be here, and
Yeah.
my whole family's safe. So thank God. How about
Thank
yourself?
thank God for that. I'm happy to say the exact same thing.
Okay.
Speaking of family, now your mom is from Haiti,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And, Justin, doing a little bit of research about you and your background. I know you're a New Yorker and you've studied classical and you've been playing classical piano since age 6.
Yes, yes. I've
Oh
been.
my goodness. Tell me about that. I mean, how was that as a kid, most young African American young men are not playing classical
It
music.
was kind of crazy. Like my mom, she used to be sitting in the corner somewhere in the dark, with the lights real low, and I had to be on the piano. I was like, "Yes, mom." And then I look up, and she be right there, still watching me. Like, boy, sit
Yes,
back on that piano.
exactly.
You feel me? So my mom's was very strict mom.
Mm,
Very thankful for it because it's actually what got me to get my scholarship in college and graduate with the music education degree. And I'm very grateful for her strictness because if it wasn't for her, at 6, I probably would have been doing some regular kid stuff, like playing tag or something like that.
yeah.
But Chopin became my best friend, and because
Wow.
of that, that opened up a lot of doors for me. And I'm here on this beautiful interview with you. So
I
this
love
piano,
it.
this
It's
piano, shout out to mom.
Shout out to your mom. And
Thank you.
I love the fact that that's your base because for music, for singers, for instrumentalists, having that classical background is a great base for everything,
I agree. I
right? I
agree.
mean, just learning all the fundamentals,
Correct.
learning it
It
correctly.
helps with everything, your songwriting, your harmonies. I think if I didn't have this as, in my mind as a genre that I studied, I couldn't say I would be the artist I am today. So classical music is important. I encourage more people, especially the youth, to get familiar with the genre because it's a beautiful genre.
I love it. And when did you make the switch? When did you discover your love for R&B?
Well, my mom's while she was working, because there's 5 of us, single parent mom, she had to go to work in New York. New York City isn't any cheap. It's not cheap at all.
Mhm.
So being a strict mom, she said, as long as I did good grades, I came home and I showed her a good report card, I was good. But little did she know, while I was in school, I used to be in a music center, you know, whining and dining girls with a little bit of Brian McKnight. You
Okay.
feel me? And this is the song that I fell in love with. I'll sing a little bit for y'all too.
Okay, thank you.
And this just really made me want to not be a classical musician. I was like, Dad, when I'm playing Chopin, I don't get the response that I get when I sit at the piano and I sing a little Brian McKnight. So if I could learn how to write like that guy, and which I was very inspired by him, then I could do this for a living. So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit. I'm taking y'all back to the ground. I was in music class. Here we go. Ready? Wow. I can't remember why we fell apart. There's something that was so meant to be. can sing with me. Let's go. Do I ever cross your mind? There you go. Anytime.
Woo!
Do you ever wake up reaching out for me? Do I ever cross your mind? Anytime. I miss you. I miss you. So when I got off the piano,
Oh
and
my
looked at
goodness.
the ladies after
Yes.
that song, I said, "Hey, this my new career. I'm gonna
Yes.
go to school. I'm gonna get my mom the grades."
Instant. You know what? I am so grateful to the DC Lottery for allowing this night to happen. The DC Lottery is our sponsor.
Oh,
And because of them, you know, we have this amazing artist, and you're here playing and serenading us. I love your whole style and your
thank you so
vibe.
much.
You know, and it's so cool that you got a chance to work with some amazing people. I know you're a songwriter,
Mhm.
and the song that we're playing right now, I Miss You, you co-wrote that,
Yes, that's a song
right?
I co-wrote with Jay White did it, who's the producer. We worked together early in the career with producing Cardi B, and that was one of the songs that I had in the cut, and I'm very grateful for working in the studio and coming up with that song. But yes, that's my thing. That's my song right there. I miss you.
And I understand you were kind of, I guess, drawing from personal experience. I don't want to put your business out there too
It's all
much,
right. It's
but
all right. I'm
so
open, but
then
people
tell
know
us
that.
about it. Tell us
You
about
know,
it.
I feel like I'm gonna be very honest with you, and I think that's the best thing to be always. You know, growing up, my father wasn't around, and I never got a chance to kind of witness what love was supposed to be like from a man's point of view. I always seen it from my mom because my mom was the mother and the father. So when I didn't have, let's say, a coach to teach me certain values and how you should treat a woman and how you should respect a woman, it kind of made me have to learn those things on my own. So around that journey, I've made a few mistakes, and I've made a lot of mistakes that I'm not proud of, but I wrote about them. And I Miss You is one of those songs that I realized that, you know, love is important, and once you have that queen or king, you should be committed and stay down, because at the end, love is all we got.
Love is all we got. Wow, that's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. You know, I'm going to ask you to sing it in a minute, but I have to give you, you're getting a whole lot of love from the comments. And I mean, even Isabella, I know she said hello from Dubai.
Hey,
Hello.
what's up?
Kendra, Tammy Butler, Ward, Dwayne, Marcella, Susan Eldridge, Marcella said, yes, sing. People are feeling you and feeling your music.
Thank you.
You know, you mentioned Cardi B,
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, I've never met her. The only, I know her music and just seeing little bits and pieces of her on TV or her videos. How was it working with somebody like that?
Cardi's dope. We kind of met back in 2015. The CEO of the company that I'm on, KEM. Um, he Cardi was signed to that label, and in the beginning, I came around and I was just working with a lot of people at the time. I've been in the industry working with like Swiss Beats and Birdman from Cash Money, and I was just searching for a good home, but not knowing that would come in the future. In the beginning, I just came on to help develop Cardi and, you know, get in the studio and produce. And that was dope because my boy Shaft, he believed in her and he was like, yo, she's gonna be big. And I believe too. And we worked 2015, 2016, 2017, and boom, Bodak Yellow came out, which I'm in the video. I got a little turban on. That's probably why you don't recognize me.
Okay. Now I have to go watch. So
Yeah,
I
you
can't
gotta
see
watch. You gotta watch. But
Wow.
shout out to the grind. Shout out to my team KSR for believing in the vision with Cardi, and that, you know, that was super dope to watch that become really successful and be a part of it.
I love that. I mean, that's a huge star, and what a great opportunity. Sounds like it was a great opportunity for both of you.
Oh, definitely was.
And Stevie Wonder, how did you come on his radar?
Ooh, Stevie.
Woo, I love him.
Yeah, Stevie's the man. I was on a promo tour promoting my song First Time, and the day before I met Stevie, I was with Brian McKnight, and that was a dream come true because that's the reason, like I told you, I quit playing classical music. So I was already on a whole, musical high. I didn't know what else to expect. But I take a flight to LA, and I'm sitting there in the room at, the radio station, and here, playing just regular music, thinking I'm gonna play for, the programmers and all the radio station hosts, excited for it, and I hear, "Hey Josh," and I look up, and it's Stevie Wonder.
Woo!
And I was like, wow, that same noise you made, I said that, but I kept it inside. My stomach just turned a little bit. And I was like, okay, what's going on? And then he took a seat, and then we just got into this whole musical thing. And Stevie was pretty much saying, in order for him to give me his blessings and endorse me as an artist, that I had to be an artist to be somebody that brings change to the world and encourage people to love and to do better. And he had all these great things he asked of me to
Wow.
be. And it was very, very strong coming from Stevie Wonder because my mom raised me to love and give what I can. But hearing Stevie just tie that all together for me from where I was kind of raised to be that kind of person from watching my
Mhm.
mom. But coming from Stevie Wonder, who was like my musical dad in my mind all the time when I'm in school learning, that was like, Stevie's the top of the top. So, you hear about him in the textbooks. And when I met him and I sat with him and we spoke for so many hours, I was just like, this is a dream come true. And
Yeah.
of course, I told Stevie, yes, I will be that exact kind of artist that brings that kind of love to the world.
Do you know, I mean, how huge that is? How many people at any age would just love to have anything like that story to happen to them? What a blessing.
Thank you
What a
so much.
blessing.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I
And,
really appreciate that.
Stevie is one of those people, if he didn't see it in you, hear it in you, he wouldn't have bothered. So there must be something about
That's what they
your,
said.
yeah,
That's exactly.
your
It's funny.
spirit, your music.
It's funny that you said that because his team was so worked up, and shout out to his team just doing their job. And
Hmm.
Stevie told his team, "No, let them record this. This is going to be history." And he was very passionate about us filming it because in the beginning it
Wow.
was private, and then he was cool with the film. And now I have a piece of history with me and Stevie Wonder. It's like it's a blessing.
That's
It's a
a
blessing.
that's a good blessing right there. And Lula said, "What a beautiful spirit. Love the humility, praying for your continued success."
Thank you so much.
Oh, that is
Thank
love
you,
right
Lula.
there.
I appreciate that.
You're
Thank you.
getting a lot of love. Now, I also understand that you worked with Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
How was that?
I mean, that was cool because I was working with the whole Cash Money situation.
Okay.
Birdman and Slim kind of became like a bit of a mentor situation where I was kind of just in their system working with all their artists and developing artists for them as well and discussing a situation as an artist. And in that process, I got to work with and cut a record with Lil Wayne, which is a blessing as well. But I was going to sign to Cash Money Records before I got with KSR. That's kind of like the transition that I made. Just
Mhm.
pondering and thinking what was best for me at the time. And
Mhm.
Shaf, who I mentioned earlier, he just became like a brother to me. And I felt that direction was cool. And that's how I got with KSR. But prior to that, I was around, the whole Cash Money camp
Mhm.
and going on the tours. And it was just like, it was insane. It was a blessing to be around greatness like that. Lil Wayne is the GOAT. And, Birdman, his resume speaks for itself in terms of
Absolutely.
what he put into the culture and what he brought to music. So I
Rick
take that.
Ross.
Yeah. Oh, Rick Ross. Yeah, that was a dope song. All on Me. Um, that record right there. I think that was probably like my favorite song so far. That Before I Miss You came out like up to date. All on Me was like my favorite, most proudest moment because that's an all live composition. There's no program track.
Wow.
Everything you hear in that song is all live
Oh
instrumentation.
my goodness, that's
So I was very
unheard of.
proud. Yeah, that's very unheard of, and that was playing all over the radio. And I'm very proud of that. But Rick Ross, shout out to Rick Ross too
Yeah,
for this verse. He killed that song.
absolutely. So I have a favor to ask.
Okay.
I know this is a, hot new song. We're playing
Mhm.
it. We're loving it. Do you feel like singing a little bit more and give us a little "I Miss You"?
I give you acapella so y'all can hear it for
Oh,
real.
nice.
I
Okay.
give you the verse. You ready?
Mhm.
I need some snaps like this, though. You can give me some snaps like this? There we go. Hey. Finally happened to me. Baby, kiss that you need. Yeah, I ain't never lost somebody. I'm lonely in this new Maserati. This house is empty. It's getting messy. You don't even want this for me. I don't know how I'm gonna let you go. Nah, 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 nah. I let this get too far. I'm speeding in my car. The plane is on the front way. Nobody's sleeping. Cancel flights this evening. Nah, 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 nah. You can get away, especially not today. And baby, let me say, girl, my heart is bleeding. Your heart is bleeding. Hey.
Hey, yes, thank you.
You're welcome, Angela.
Wow. And, I said it before and I'm going to say it again. I love the video.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. We worked really hard on that. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was a movie that day. A lot of things.
Yeah, it's a
lot of
movie.
movies. Yeah.
That's such an important part of it too. I mean, just making sure that the video represents the message that you're trying to get out there. Was
Correct.
this whole project? Walk us through just the vision of the video. Was that yours, or did you rely on other people?
No, that was a lot of my input. I came up with most of it actually. Shout out to the director too. We did our thing on it, and I felt like I wanted to just show that that side, that pain. When you cause a woman that pain, it's very hard to. It's a very dangerous path to cross, and I learned my lesson. Trust me, Angel. I'll never do it again. But I wanted to let everybody know that that pain is not necessary. When you love, just try to do good. And in that video, I think we got that across. The girl love interest had her best friend. There was a little disloyalty there, and that broke opened up those wounds. So we'll talk later. I don't want, you know what I mean?
Get no shy
We'll
on
talk
us.
later.
Marcella said, "Oh, Marcella said, I thank you both for all the love."
Thank you, Marcel. I appreciate
That's so
it.
sweet. Barbara said, "Play." He just did. And Kendra said hello. Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oha says hello. I love this so much. I mean, so many people are just rooting for you and,
Thank you
and
so
proud
much.
of you.
Thank
I
you.
mean, you're doing
Feels
it.
good. It feels real good, and I appreciate WHUR. That's my city. Like DC, that's my city, and I appreciate Angela, who I'm talking to. Beautiful Angela, you were very nice tonight. Thank you for
Thank you.
this
Thank
wonderful
you very much.
opportunity.
Well,
Very
listen,
welcome.
at WHUR, we really appreciate what you do. And obviously, so
Thank you
does
so
the
much.
DC Lottery. And, really happy that you're spending the time with us. I mean, what we do, we have these HUR at homes almost every day of the week to offer our listeners something a little extra added value to the radio station. And it means a lot
No,
to them that you take the time to
no,
reach
this is.
out, and tell us how you're doing, you're
I
singing
love
to
this.
us
This
and
is
all of
super
that.
cool.
When does your album come out? When does the whole project come out?
So I'll be dropping the X project this fall. I'm looking probably like the beginning of October.
Oh,
I
next
haven't
month.
settled on yeah, I haven't settled on a release date because I'm kind of just getting started with I Miss You, which is the lead single, and I'm shooting videos. I'm in the process of shooting some music videos, and I just want to make sure that the date is perfect. But I'm thinking sometime in October, the beginning of October. Will you
Ward
be
said, will you be
performing?
performing? You see that? Will you be performing in Connecticut
Yeah, I
anytime?
see that in Connecticut. As soon as they open up, I'm coming to CT. CT is one of my favorite markets, so I can't wait for this thing to pass us by. But it's important to stay safe, No complaints. Just stay safe, sanitize, wash your hands, and wear a mask.
Exactly. I mean, that's so frustrating though, because a performer wants to perform. You want to be on
I know.
stage. You want to touch your fans. You want to reach
It's
them.
it's definitely the lifestyle missing. We're missing it as a performer. But, you know, just riding this situation, making sure that, I'm just taking it as it comes. I don't really have any clue when it's gonna open up, but as soon as it does, I know I'm on that road performing. And I can't wait to come to DC. I
We
cannot
can't
wait.
wait. Yes. Well, that's going to be amazing. Thank you so much. We're supposed to be bringing Kem on. I know that there's oh, he might be here. I'm not sure if Kem is here or not. I think so.
Okay.
So he's been listening to you sing and listening to you perform as well.
So
Uh, so
shout out
I
to
want
Kim.
to.
Congrats on the album.
I know his album just dropped on
Yeah.
Friday. I want to ask you how people can connect with you. I think I just followed you
Oh
today
yeah, I
on
just followed you
Instagram.
back.
Yes,
We're
you
con-
did. Thank
we're
you.
connected. You can follow me on Josh X, every platform. So Twitter, Josh X, Instagram, Josh X, Facebook, Josh X. And I'm always on, I'm really there. We could connect. I love talking to my supporters. That's like my favorite thing to do.
Oh, that's good. So it's really you
Yeah, it's
responding. It's
really me.
not
It's
your
no label representative. It's me. Trust me. You hit me at any time and I hit you back. That's me.
Josh X. Actually, pronounce your last name for me.
Exantis.
Exantis, because I think that's your whole name on
That's my
Instagram.
name. What was happening on the radio, a lot of mix show DJs, they were just like, new Josh,
Just
and I was
messing the
like,
whole thing up.
dang, they are killing my name. So I said, let me just brand Josh X, make it nice and easy. And
Right.
when Josh X is a very big household name, then they'll know Exantis. I'll just come clean, Josh Exantis. And I won't have to practice with anybody. Because it was
Oh, you
getting
know
crazy.
what? Someone suggested people love hearing you sing and love hearing you perform.
Thank you so much.
So, did you
You
want
want
to
another
grace us
song?
with just the
Of
request?
course. So
The
I'll sing this
request. I
song.
mean, you don't have to just do a verse. You can just sing the whole song.
Okay, I got you. I'll sing the song that I sang for Stevie Wonder the first time.
Oh, nice.
This is an
Thank
original
you.
song. This is my first R&B song. Very proud of it. Got me to all my heroes like Brian McKnight and Stevie Wonder. So I'm gonna share with you guys the DC Lottery tonight. Here we go. Turn on the lights so I can see what I'm doing, girl. I'm loving the way how you move, oh, why'd you do that, girl? Minus the shoes, cause tonight I'm gonna be attraction, girl. Attraction, girl, I love my girl. Loving the way I rock your girl. Pull on your hair, cause you love it, girl, when I do that, girl. Tonight's a special night for us, it feels like heaven, girl. We're my way down, for me to penetrate. Grab your waist, hands on place, pushing till it breaks. Nothing like a very first time, my baby. I really love you, oh girl. Ain't nothing like a very first time, my baby. I really love you, oh girl. Second verse, I got y'all. You're staring at me with your pretty face, like boy, just for me. Boy, you're inside of me. I'll stop you cause I know what you gon' say. Shh, just say you love me. Boy, say you love me, girl. I never thought I'd see you in this way. Waiting for this day. Now I know we're gonna spend the rest of our life. And you need to know that I really, 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 I really love you. Oh, girl. I really love you. Oh, girl. Ain't nothing like the very first time, my baby. I really love you, oh girl. Ain't nothing like the very first time, my baby. I really love you, oh girl.
much.
Thank you.
Josh X, I am such a fan. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank
Have
you for
a
having me.
great
I had a
night,
blast.
and hopefully we'll see you again soon. So let me introduce our next guest before we say goodbye to you. I want you to say hello to him.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's a Grammy nominated performer. He's gold and platinum. He's got everything. He's an amazing performer, has a new CD that just dropped. We love him at WHUR. Please welcome the one and only KEM. Yes, yes.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Wow,
Good, man.
doing great.
What's up,
I
Ken?
just wanted to introduce you to KEM, Josh X.
Nice
Josh,
to
what's
meet you.
happening, man? What's happening, man?
What's happening, brother? Congrats
great,
on the
man.
new album, man.
You think you bad, don't you?
Nah. I ain't missing
Boy, think you bad. He bad. You bad. You all right with me? No, you bad, man. You bad. You bad.
Thank you,
bad.
Kim. I appreciate that. Coming for you, that means a lot.
Yeah,
Congrats on
yeah.
the new album.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank
God
you.
bless.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank
God
you,
bless you,
Angela.
Josh.
God bless. Y'all have fun tonight. Thank you.
All right.
Bye. KEM, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing well. Last time I saw you, you were performing at the Capitol Jazz Festival.
Yeah.
Back when people were performing at festivals.
When we were performing at festivals.
When we were performing at festivals, how are you doing through all this?
All things considered, I'm doing pretty good. I've been working, just tying up, finishing the album over the last few months. So, I've been at home anyway. I think it's harder on our kids than it is on us. And as you know, these are unprecedented times we're living in on so many different levels, so just trying to stay grounded, stay peaceful, stay mindful, and think about the things that are most important, and focus on being creative. And my music, I'm hoping that the new album Love Always Wins is the soundtrack, or part of you all's soundtrack, part of what helps pulls you through this time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so perfect.
Yeah.
Because that's all we have. I mean,
Yeah.
right? I mean, in times like these, especially, having that to cling to
Yeah.
is everything. Just knowing that it's not a hopeless situation. And in your case, I mean, this kind of worked out for you because you needed to be still anyway
Right.
to record.
Right.
And, you mentioned the having your kids at home. Congratulations, you got a new one.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, congratulations, new baby, new wife. A lot of new things going on in KEM's
A
life.
lot of new things. Never a dull moment. That's why I'm late, which I apologize.
Since we're telling the truth.
Yeah, I was.
What happened?
What did it say? Somebody say only a hit dog holler.
Uh-oh.
I was trying to put Trinity to sleep, and time got away from me. So, but I'm glad to be with you now, though.
Thank you. I'm glad you're here. And is that your baby girl's name?
Yeah.
Trinity?
Yeah, Trinity.
Oh, that's beautiful. So are you getting involved in all the homeschooling and all that stuff?
Yeah, our 11-year-old and our 10-year-old are homeschooling. And right now I'm on the south side of Atlanta and Georgia. So we're grateful that we have that option to stay at home. And she's, they're acclimating to it. We have real sharp kids, so they're acclimating to it, but of course they miss being out every day and, seeing their friends, and
I'm sure
that little bit of independence that they have. So, but we're making room for all of that. So it's cool. Everything is cool.
They're like, Mom, Dad, you're cool and everything, but we love to see our friends.
Yeah.
Your fans are hitting you up in the comments. Hello, KEM. If this is right, the right spelling. Nice to see you.
Oh, wow.
That's really sweet. That's Marcella.
Marcella, how you doing?
What I've also enjoyed during this whole pandemic, I've seen you reaching out to your fans, and
Yeah.
I, for one, really appreciate your lives. You're, sitting there with your keyboard, singing songs.
Yeah.
Right? Are you still doing that?
We have a couple of things, a couple of performances that are on the table right now. So I'm looking forward to that. You can get more information on those as it becomes available at Music by KEM on all social media platforms at Music by KEM. We got some things that we're working on that are real special that we're excited about. So
Nice.
stay locked in, and
Very nice.
yeah.
And that's good branding, just having Music by Cam on all platforms. It makes it real easy.
Yeah, this stage of my life, I gotta keep it simple.
You're like, wait a minute, what was my name on this one?
Gotta keep it simple. Yeah.
You and I are from similar regions. You're from Detroit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm from Buffalo, New York.
Oh, wow.
And the cities remind me of each other. And
Yeah.
in some good ways and in some not so good ways.
No, I love Buffalo. The Anchor Bar and
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
and Lenova's, and come on now, look.
What do you know about that?
You know what I'm saying? I played the Trout a few times. So yeah, we love Buffalo.
Your stock just went up in my book.
I'm mad at Buffalo. Yeah.
But the vibe is very similar too. And I don't know if you know Ed Gordon, but Ed is one of my former really good friend. But I know that.
Yeah, Ed is a good friend of mine. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I've lost some audio. I don't know what happened to our audio.
Alexa, turn off.
Can you hear me?
Let's see, should I sign off and sign back on? You're hearing me, aren't you?
I hear you a little bit. Do you hear me?
Log off.
Should we both log off?
Engineer. All right, so this is what we can do. I have a backup plan.
Yeah, I can't hear you. Hold on a second. Yeah, I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, I can't hear you. Boom, 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 boom. So how y'all doing? Dun, 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 boom, 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 boom.
Said unmuted.
Oh, there you go. I hear you now.
And then let's just turn this off. Wait a minute. Now you're hearing too much. And we're back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good
So
stuff.
this was all my fault. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. That's where we at. That's where we at right now. So it's all good.
Yes, that's where we are, but we are back, and I'm so happy to be here with you.
Yeah, and likewise. Yeah.
Nice background too, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sitting in my this is where I do where I work, my creative space. So there's some acoustic paneling behind me.
Oh, very nice. So it looks good, and
it's cheap, but it looks good.
It looks cheap, it looks good. It might be cheap, but it doesn't look like it.
It looks expensive, but it ain't.
Right. It kind of is, but it ain't. And it's all good.
It's all good.
You know what? One of the things that, I'm not going to fan out. I love your music, but I also love your spirit. And the first time I was at one of your concerts, I loved, and I think you do this at every show, how you gave God so much praise and you talked about your journey. And a lot of people don't want to talk about the truth of where they've been. And it's not like your story is unique to you. I mean, we've all had struggles, if we're honest,
Right.
you know, in one capacity or the other. But I just fell in love with your process, you
Yeah.
know, and I would love for you to talk about that a little bit, how you, you know, you found yourself in a real dark place and how you got back.
Yeah. You know, it's important for me to talk about those things over the years. You know, it's really important. It's a way of giving back, a way of witnessing, a way of being of service. To use my platform to help lift up or encourage somebody to overcome whatever darkness they may be dealing with in their lives. I mean, for me, it was alcohol and drug addiction, and you know. I came to a place where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, as we say, you
Mm.
know, in recovery circles. And I knew that there had to be a better way to live. And I had to finally admit to myself that I didn't know what the answer was. I didn't know how to get there, you know. And there's an adage that I love that says, when the student is ready, the teacher appears,
Mm.
you know. And once I gave up, once I could admit that I had, you know, these issues, and I could, but more importantly, I could also admit that I didn't know what to do about it, you know,
Right.
because my best thinking got me in the situation that I
To
was
begin with.
in,
Yeah.
you know. And when and you know, that's what we call surrender, you know. And when you surrender, then you become teachable, you know. And you make room for uh, other ideas besides your own, you know. And then I began to learn how to live, you know.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people, a lot of organizations that were involved in that process. But you know, and that's what I stand on today, still today. You know, my faith and the principles that I've learned to navigate that period of my life, I also use to navigate this period of my life.
Mhm.
And I believe that those, you know, those principles are universal, you know. So whether it's alcohol and drug addiction, or whether it's, you know, bad relationships, or whether, you know, it's getting our financial houses in order, or whether it's gambling, or whatever it is, you know, it's the same thing. You know, you gotta face it. You know, you can't cure something that you won't confront, you know. So
Ooh, that
I
is a word right there. You can't cure something that you don't confront
yeah.
or
So,
won't confront.
you know, so, you know, and the clock is ticking, you know. So um you know, whatever business you need to handle with yourself, you know, handle it with yourself. Most of our struggles and our issues are not with external things, people, or places. They are, most of my issues are with me. You know what I'm saying?
All of us. That's all of us. I mean, you know what? You talk to people like yourself, people who want a certain level of success,
Right,
but they're still doing the same things that got them,
right,
they staying in the same place.
right, right,
And by not, you know, really just saying, really, am I going a little further? Am I doing the extra work? Am I really a person of faith? Do I really believe I deserve this? You know, all
mm,
of that.
yeah,
That
yeah,
applies to every single thing. And that's if you're an addict or not.
right, right,
That's real life stuff.
yeah.
So I always,
Keep doing what you're doing, keep getting what you're getting.
yeah,
You know,
that's right.
if you want something different, you got to do something different. Yeah.
And sometimes something real drastic.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It takes that, you know, to get our attention, you know. And these times that we're living in right now, you know, I think that you know, these times they should capture our attention right now. That we, you know, right, those of us who have faith, you know, and even and those who don't, you know. I ain't mad at you either, you know. Whatever it is that you are holding on to, it should during these times, it should have your undivided attention.
Invited. I'm telling you, Kim, I am not, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And I will
Right,
not be surprised these days.
right. So, you
Right?
know, you gotta be up on it, you know. So, you know, you know, I'm grateful for my journey, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to talk about it, to share about it, you know, in moments like these, and also through my music.
Yeah, you minister to people.
Yeah.
You really do. And, you know, it seems in a way, I mean, and I don't know you personally. I've met you a few times, you know, through interviewing you, but it seems like music was your vehicle. That's what kind of saved you, really. I mean, or something that you could hold on to, right?
Yeah, music has always been a safe place for me. You know, it's always been a refuge. You know, I could find, you know, even when I was in my addiction, you know, and homeless in Detroit, you know, if I could find a piano, dude, I could sit at a piano all day and kind of like, you know, close myself in, and you know, it was a very safe, you know, nurturing place. And I ended up, you know, in I mean, and that has been all of my life, you know, and I'm very fortunate that, and I, you know, and I don't regret my past either, you know, because a lot of the music that you all hear, that it was cultivated in that
Yes.
time. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? Those chords, those melodies, how I learned to do what I was doing, that stuff was formulated in the darkest period of my life. You know what I'm saying? So you think that your darkness is meant to destroy you, but actually, you know, you learn what you need to learn, and it's really part of it's really propelling you into your destiny. You know, so you know,
so
yeah.
true. Oh
So
my God, the wisdom.
you know,
The wisdom. Because you would be a completely different person had you not had those struggles.
you know what I'm saying?
You might not, we might not have ever met.
Never would have known. You know, we have everything that we need, man. And it's like, you know, and I know I'm not talking about music, but I just feel like this is where I'm supposed to go. So, you know, I had the parents I was supposed to have. You know, no matter who your parents are, those are parents you're supposed to have. No matter what happened, no matter
Right.
what, you know what I'm saying? Those are the people that you needed to have in order to bring you to the full fruition of who you
If,
are. So it's
if,
like you
if
can't go back. You know what I'm saying? My parents never, you know, and you know, and I love my parents dearly. We have a beautiful relationship today. But like my parents didn't, you know, my dad didn't care about me loving music. You know, he never came to, you know, they never came to any of my
wow.
performances at school. We never had an instrument in the house. You know, it was about, you know, and you know, their generation was about, let's find that thing, you know, that makes sense, academics or, you know, trade school and get a job. And like, you know, what
Exactly.
that's not going, you know, making music ain't gonna get you nowhere. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You living in Hollywood in your head. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
I do know.
so people will look at that and say, well, your parents weren't supportive, and you know, and God bless you for getting over. It's like, no, man, my parents, those were the exact parents that I was supposed to have. Because had it been any different, if they had said, you need to come in the house and practice on this new piano that we bought you a half an hour every
You
day.
want to hate it. You'd be like, no, that's not what I want to do. Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
so so I'm very grateful, and you know, I enjoy the job that I have, and I'm grateful that you all are around to receive it.
Oh, not only we're receiving it, we're loving it. WHUR is playing it. Love always wins. I mean, I'm so proud of you just for the vibe of it is so sexy. And there was one song, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it had kind of a little bit of a rock vibe.
Oh, that's love, love, all my people down up
Yes.
nice.
Yes. What?
It's your
What?
hour.
Hmm. What
Yeah.
inspired that?
You know, I'm a songwriter first, man, so I can go anywhere. And
Oh,
that song is actually, I've actually performed that song live, and I never recorded it. And you know, so it's been in existence probably for a decade, and I just never got around to, you know, to figuring out how to flush it out, you know, for an album until this album. And I really dig that song. So for you all don't have the album, that song is, you know, Curtis Mayfield meets Prince
oh
meets
my God. Yeah. It really is because I was listening to it and I was like, wait a minute. I was trying to, and I went back to
Yeah.
make sure I was still on your music.
Yeah.
I was like, I like it.
Yeah.
I like your whole project.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's
Thank you very
sexy
much.
and the message, of course, love. And as you said earlier, hopefully it's the soundtrack to people. Anybody who believes in love needs to listen to this album. But let me ask you to tell me who needs to listen to this, and how do you describe your CD?
Everybody, it's for everybody, and the idea behind the album title "Love Always Wins" is really, this is music for the times. A lot of it was written most of it was written prior to the pandemic, of course, prior to all of these things happening. I've been working on the record probably for the last 3 years, but
Wow.
this is the season for this music,
Yeah.
because everything, I'm talking about, the politics, I'm talking about the ups and downs of social media.
Yeah.
I'm talking, love, and the idea behind it is really trying to get the message out there, and that, people already know, but we just need to be reminded from time to time that there is still good in the world, in spite of what you're looking at, and what you see. There is still good in the world, and that good is love. We all have one thing in common, and no matter what color we are, what your sexuality is, what your socioeconomic status is, the one thing we have in common is that somebody loves us, and we love somebody. And no matter what else happens, when all else fails, that will always stand. Always, always. There will always be somebody who loves you and someone who you love. So let's lean into that. Let's lean into what we know is true and what we know is good, as we are all trying to figure out how to navigate our new reality together.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
That is really the bottom line. That's what we have to hold on to. And you mentioned, just the whole political climate. I mean, that in itself is enough to just make you pull out all of your hair and just, and just be, I don't know, just really disappointed and frightened even.
Yeah.
So
vote.
That's where I was going with this.
Right. So we got to vote. Yeah.
We got to vote. I mean, so even where you are you using your platform to encourage people to do that?
Yeah. It's important to stay engaged, to utilize, and that's, and love is that, and love votes. Love is Black Lives Matter. Love is, caring about your community. That is love. We talk about love, well, and especially when it's associated with me, it's associated in the romantic sense, which is cool. But we think love is soft. Love is soft. It can be soft, but it's not fragile. Love is not only the mother who's given birth and is nurturing her child. Love is also, the mother that shows tough love and throws him out of the house, at 19 years old, because he's addicted to alcohol and drugs. That's love. That's love too. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah. So love is Black Lives Matter protests. Love is, the call for social justice. That is love. So we need to be engaged and need to be lending our voices to the conversation. So yeah.
That's beautiful. We better answer.
Yeah.
Definitely. I just really appreciate you so much. I appreciate your beautiful spirit. You're getting all this love in the comments as well. So I'm not the only one here talking about it. There's Marcella Isabella, all the way from Dubai. Says she loves it.
Wow.
Can you see that? Find Your Way is my favorite song of yours. Hello from Dubai. What?
Wow.
How does that make you feel?
That's incredible. Yeah, it's incredible. I'm very very, very, very grateful, very humble. And now technology, dude, your music lives everywhere all the time.
Yeah.
So you never know, how it's affecting folks. And I met a woman in DC, in the DMV. WHUR is like, is a second home, because they started playing Love Calls early on, before I had a record deal. So we were doing gigs at Zanzibar.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Which is love now. Oh, Anthony said when love calls, Atlantic Star. That's right.
Yeah. So I met a woman there. I forget her name, and she was talking. She this was early on, this early 2000s, and she was listening to my music, getting chemotherapy or radiation
Oh,
treatments. You know what I
wow.
mean? So it's like, you
Wow.
know, to have people, embrace the music, to have it mean something,
Yes.
is really a beautiful thing. Yeah. So all the way from Dubai, we love you. We love you, girl. Yeah.
Beautiful. Darlene said, can't wait to see you live in concert again.
Me either.
Right. You know, so even with recording this project, and you've got to do it all virtually, how was that experience?
Well, most of the music was done. So by the time we were in full pandemic by the time we were in full pandemic mode, all I had to do was sing. So I was at home just singing. But most of the music had already been done. Yeah.
Right in this room where we're seeing this backdrop.
Right in this room. Yeah.
This is where the magic happens.
Where the magic happens. Yeah.
Deborah said, thank you for this beautiful conversation. I really appreciate
Hey,
it.
Deborah.
This is really, it's beautiful. I know we're taking you away from your new bride. How is married life treating you?
Married life is good. As I did, I mean, it's
You're getting a little tongue-tied.
it's the most challenging and the most rewarding thing that I've ever done.
Wow.
Yeah. It ain't, it's part of my destiny. My wife is like part of my destiny. I grew up, when I got married, I grew up.
I believe in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
People say, I mean, it's a lot. I've not been married before.
Yeah.
I've been in long-term relationships, but people say, I mean, of course, when you're single, you get to do whatever. And if it doesn't work out, you can just walk away.
Right.
You really learn so much about yourself when this is if you're married or not, if you're in a relationship with someone else. Right. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's like, and that's not to imply that people who aren't married aren't grown up. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying for me, it was like, I had to grow up to be able to do this, because my whole adult life has always been, about me.
Yeah. Now it's about You're like, really? Okay.
I love me. You know what I'm saying?
I do know. I mean, as a
then,
single person, I know. Yes, I totally get it. But good.
But I have to have that not always be the focus. Takes practice, and takes, compromise, and on both, and she compromises too, because I ain't living with chemistry ain't no cakewalk. I already know, right?
You're
I
always
tell her,
like, I know this is not easy.
So I told my wife, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. I live with me. Imagine how I feel.
That's good material. You're like, I know your struggle.
Right. I know your struggle better than anybody on earth. Right? I have to live with me all the time.
Well, we're here now. Let's just make this work.
Yeah.
No, that's beautiful. And with the baby, with Trinity, how many children do you have at
Between
home?
us, we have 5.
Oh, wow. All right there with you now?
No, only 3 are with us here.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you say only. That's
right. You know what I'm saying? When we're all together, it's definitely a vibe,
Oh, it's a party.
The way that God had to put it together, because I couldn't have planned it.
That's so beautiful.
They all get along. They all, they take care of each other, watch out for each other. So I just marvel at it, because I'm like, dude, how did this even?
How did we get here?
Right.
Yeah.
We had a 24-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 2-year-old.
Okay.
Yes.
I love it. The whole gamut. But I mean, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you, because if nothing else, this pandemic has really showed us how we have to appreciate the love, as you said earlier, the love that we have in our lives. I mean, that's pretty much all we have.
Yeah.
And, the relationships that we miss because we can't be social right now, man, I appreciate people way more than I did before.
Right.
And I thought I was pretty good on that. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm
Right.
so, just appreciative of the people who genuinely love me and who I genuinely love.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, so that's a beautiful thing. Kim, congratulations on everything, on your music, on your life, and thank you for spending time with us. You know, WHUR is your second home,
Yeah.
and when you're ready, come on by. We're ready for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's been lovely speaking with you. You guys stay safe. God bless. And hopefully we'll be back out on the road soon and be able to connect.
Awesome.
And
give your social media again one more time.
At Music by KEM. At Music by KEM.
And they can get your CD everywhere.
Everywhere.
Just Love Always Wins.
Yeah. Love always wins.
God bless you, Kim. Hope to see you soon.
Thank you. Likewise. Have a good night.
You too. Bye. Wow, that was an amazing conversation. That was Kim, as you know. Thank you so much for following us. Thank you for all the comments. He got to see them. Oh, Isabella said great conversation. It was a great conversation. I just really loved it all. And I love the fact that you're here. Glitches with my little computer tonight and all, but it all came together. Thank you to the DC Lottery for sponsoring HUR at Home. And let's do it again. Make sure you go to WHUR.com. Check out all the things that we have lined up for you. And don't forget to always listen to your favorite radio station, 96.3 WHUR. I'm Angela Stribling.